Hey, welcome back. It's Sarah from Roadworthy. So, normally I just do a weekly reads on my channel because for me, that's what I'm wanting to capture, right? What am I reading and what are my thoughts about it? But my eye was caught by something in the library and I was fooled. And so I'm a little curious to hear what you all think. So first, let's talk about Charco Press book covers. I feel like I can spot one of their covers from across a room. I'm going to put up some covers here to share and talk about. First, the font of the title and the author is it's this they use the same font every single time. Yes, the size of the font is a little bit smaller for the translator underneath, but it's always the same font from cover to cover. I love their graphics. They're always bold. They're always pretty simple, just a couple of colors. They're often sort of an image buried within an image or sort of the vague, I don't know, geometric pattern, but they're very simple, very eye-catching. And the colors, they're either primary colors or two sort of contrasting shades, two, maybe three or four colors, but usually just a handful of colors. And again, creating these bold colors with high contrast covers. So I was in the library the other day, and on the new books shelf was this. I'm going to put it down. This little gem. This is the Schoolhouse from Sophie Ward. So you could see how I thought this was a Charco Press book. The font, I swear to God, the font is exactly the same. Yes, Sophie Ward's name is big. Um, and here you'd normally see the translator name. But it said it's pointing out that Sophie Ward was longlisted for the Booker Prize, I think last year for Love and Other Thought Experiments. And of course, we have to have a novel here because it wouldn't be a book for the United States audience without saying, clarifying, this is a novel. But look at the graphic. I love the graphic. I love like the faces embedded in the apple. And again, bold graphic, a couple of colors, boom. So I grabbed this book thinking, oh wow, there's a Charco Press book I hadn't seen yet. And I just grabbed it off the shelf and took it home. And as I was driving home, I thought, wait a minute, Sophie Ward is a British author, and Charco Press specializes in translating Latin American fiction. So when I got home, I did take a peek, and this is a vintage book, which is an imprint of Penguin Random House. Um, and so I thought, well, clearly they're ripping on a Charco Press cover. And I took a look at, wait a minute, what do the other editions look like? So I'm going to pop up the British and the German covers for the Schoolhouse. I wasn't able to find other languages at this time, but those are the two that I found. So clearly, this cover is for the American audience. And all I could think of was they must be trying to capitalize on the success of Elena Knows, maybe. Um, and and interestingly, this book is described as a thriller about truth, silence, and the weight of the past. And I thought, huh, that sounds suspiciously like Elena Knows. So I really think they are trying to capitalize on the success of that book and thinking, without saying it, if you liked Elena Knows, you'll like The Schoolhouse by Sophie Ward. I've not seen that quote yet, but you know, you can almost like feel it. on the website. So I'm so darn curious. Like, A, do you think, yeah, this looks like a Charco Press cover? But B, I'm curious if you've ever seen that before. A major publisher so blatantly ripping on an indie's look. Um, and if you have seen it, please tell me what they are because I want to check it out. The other funny thing about this is, when I realized this wasn't a Charco Press book, I was kind of annoyed. And I thought, I'm not going to read that book. And I thought, well, that's ridiculous. This is not Sophie Ward's fault. Again, since this is published by a major publisher, I'm sure she actually probably didn't have a lot to say about the cover. Um, and so I will read this in, but again, this just really struck me. So since I was fooled, I'm just curious how many other people would be fooled. Um, let me know your thoughts below. All right. Hey, thanks in indulging me in this quick little video.